What is up, everyone? So in today's video I will be showing you the top 10 most essential unit to have in update 9, as there are brand new 6 new units. So we will see if they are on the list on today's video, on today's top 10 essential unit you must have in update 9. And without further ado, let's go with the first unit. The first unit I am gonna be mentioning that is gonna be a must-have in this update 9 is Geo Over Heaven. With Geo Over Heaven being a hybrid unit, is the best and overpowered hybrid unit you can ever have. Geo Over Heaven can only be spawned once. Although being only spawned once does not mean the unit is bad. Geo Over Heaven is the most overpowered unit with his damage at 211,693, following his ability cooldown at 6.5 seconds, making his damage per second at 32,568.23 damage. Geo Over Heaven also have two types of powers, the first one being magic and his secondary being light. When you activate the ability called Time Stop, he will be able to freeze the whole map for 20 seconds, both ground and air opponents. The cooldown of this ability is 360 seconds. To get Geo Over Heaven yourself is by opening the Christmas orbs, where you spend your stars you farm from the portals or quests. Good luck on trying to get Geo Over Heaven. Even as the time I'm recording this video, I still have not owned Geo Over Heaven myself, which I'm gonna cry, bro. The next unit that I'm going to be mentioning that is going to be essential to have in update 9 is Ice Queen. Ice Queen is the top 3 best and strongest damage and damage per second unit as of update 9. Ice Queen stats at max upgrade and max level sits at 200,418.52 damage, with her ability cooldown at 20 seconds, making her damage per second 10,020.93, which is one of the best DPS unit out there. Ice Queen will start to freeze grand opponents at upgrade 8 for 2 seconds, which is good, especially you will be able to support your units and herself. Ice Queen is also a limited unit you can get from the secret portal, which she may cost a lot in the long run, so I highly suggest getting more than one and hope that the trading value for Ice Queen will skyrocket as the game progresses. The next unit that I'm going to be mentioning that is essential to have in update 9 is Yono Spirit. Why Yono Spirit is essential unit to have in this update 9 is because he is the best shield breaker unit, the highest damage and the highest damage per second magic heal type unit out there. Yono Spirit is a multi-hit unit. Bring him in certain maps that have shield opponents, he will perform very well against them. But in general, he is a must-have unit whatever you intend to use him for. You will also be able to solo the West City raid without needing to get help from others when owning Yono Spirit yourself. Especially Yono Spirit's at max level and max upgrade is 62,817.74 damage, with his ability cooldown at 10 seconds, making his damage per second sitting at 6,281.77, which is one of the best damage per second heal type unit for magic. What an impressive unit, bro. The next unit that I'm going to be mentioning that is essential to have in this update 9 is Poochie Heaven. Poochie Heaven is at least one of the most overpowered unit, being able to lessen the cooldown of his allies and being the best shield breaker unit with its low ability. Poochie Heaven stats at max upgrade and max level is 49,064 damage, with his ability cooldown at 3.4 seconds, making his damage per second at 14,430.58, which is the best DPS unit. When you get Poochie Heaven at upgrade 9, you will gain this new ability called Time Acceleration. When this ability is activated, his ability cooldown will be 50% lower, and this will last for 30 seconds. Not only that it buffs him, it will also buff the units in his range. His new DPS with the Time Acceleration activated is 28,861 damage, which is the second highest damage per second unit in update 9. I definitely recommend getting yourself Poochie Heaven, as I use him in most of my games. Also, if you do want to learn on how to evolve him, I highly suggest watching my videos of me evolving my Poochie to Poochie Heaven, which will be linked in the description. Moving on to the next unit that I'm going to be mentioning that is essential to have in this update 9 is Final. Why he is a must-have unit is because of his multi-hit unit, making him one of the best shield breaker unit. Final has one of the highest damage and damage per second, with Final being a hybrid unit at late game. Final stats at max upgrade and max level are 249,567 damage, with his ability cooldown at 15 seconds, making his damage per second at 16,637.8, which is one of the best damage per second unit out there as of update 9. When you get Final at upgrade 9, Final will be able to attack both ground and air opponents, and as you progress into the game, you'll be facing against quite a lot of air opponents and ground, especially there are ground and air opponents that have shield, so having Final in your team is going to be so overpowered. If you are having trouble what to choose between Final and Poochie Heaven, Final is good at late game, whereas Poochie Heaven is only good at early games. Final also having a manually ability called Cans and Salmon. Once you activate it, the opponents will be pushed back and shielding your base, and this ability is at least one of the most overpowered in the game existed. Especially when activating this ability, it will give you the chance on clutching for you to win your maps. What more do you need? So I go get right now, bro. The sixth unit that I'm gonna be mentioning is Hime Ghost. Hime Ghost is like if Lulu and Ichi Final Dust had a baby. If you are in need of a multi-hit unit, then having Hime Ghost would not be a bad option to obtain. Especially Hime Ghost stats at max upgrade and max level is 58,358 damage, following her ability cooldown at 6.2 seconds, making her damage per second at 9,412.58, which is incredibly overpowered, as you can spawn 4 of her, and the best trait you can have on Hime Ghost is Divine, as you can spawn 4 of Hime Ghost. Hime Ghost is a burst type unit which is not really that strong, but what makes her balance is her ability called Final Sacrifice, where Hime will spawn in Ghost sacrificing herself, which is the only time where Hime Ghost herself becomes useful. The Ghost's health sits at 319,226 health at max level, which is incredibly overpowered, which is better version of Lulu and a better version of Ichi Final Dust. Ghosts also do a multi-hit, which will be essential to have when defeating shield opponents, and you will see more of shield opponents as you progress into the game. And lastly, Ghosts do not attack air opponents, sadly. It's quite sad, yeah. The next unit that I'm going to be mentioning is Ultra Resurrection. Ultra Resurrection is a hybrid unit and the easiest unit to get in this entire list, with him being a meta unit too. Ultra Resurrection stats at max level and max upgrade, with his damage being 30,125.66, following his ability cooldown at 7 seconds, making his damage per second at 4,417.95. Ultra is literally the best obtainable damage and damage per second hybrid unit you can obtain in update 9. Ultra Resurrection is only good if you are a beginner of the game and in need of a good damaging unit, as well as a multi-hit unit and a hybrid unit. Ultra Resurrection is the way to go. I actually use him on my Noob to Pro series, which I highly suggest. Go give it a watch. Thank you. Moving on to the next unit that I'm going to be mentioning that is a must-have in this update 9 is Akin Contract. If you are in need of bleeding unit, then having Akin Contract will not be a terrible choice to have. Especially Akin Contract will be doing bleeding damage, which will be essential to have in update 9. Akin Contract is also a multi-hit unit, which gives him a higher chance, especially if Akin Contract lands 4 curse stacks. The opponents will take 200% damage as a true damage. Akin Contract first form stats at max level and max upgrade sits at 129,025 damage, with his ability cooldown at 8.7 seconds, resulting his damage per second at 14,830.45. And the next form, since Akin Contract do have 2 forms, Akin Contract second form at max level and max upgrade sits at 193,538 damage, with his ability cooldown at 13.1 seconds, making Akin Contract damage per second at 14,773.89. When you contract Cursed Devil, the AoE circle will be a lot smaller and the ability cooldown is lower. So you only use this ability when you will be needing to defeat shield opponents, as it is a bit faster. Contracting Con will be useful against bosses as the AoE circle is bigger and useful against a whole wave of opponents, although do keep in mind that the ability cooldown is a bit longer than before. The next unit that I'm going to be mentioning that is essential to have is Angel Devil. Angel Devil may actually be the best unit in the game in Update 9. Angel Devil is a multi-hit unit, making him a hybrid. His stats at max upgrade and max level sits at 204,897 with his ability cooldown at 6.7 seconds, making his damage per second at 30,581.64. Do keep in mind that you can place 3 over down, which makes her better in a way than Geo over Heaven in terms of damage. At upgrade 4, Angel Devil will gain a brand new ability called Usage 100 Years is what you get from evolving her to Angel Devil. She will then be able to hit both ground and air opponents when having this ability acquired, which will be essential to have at late game of anime adventures. Although Angel Devil will only be good if you have Sakura buff on your team, as Sakura gives health to the base now, and Angel Devil will not attack if there is no health of the base, sadly. Moving on to the next unit that I'm going to be mentioning is Itchy Final Dust. Itchy Final Dust is one of the best hybrid unit and very essential to have in this update 9. Itchy Final Dust at upgrade 9, he will gain a brand new ability called Moonless Sky. When you have this ability activated, Itchy Final Dust will have 10 times more damage, although be cautious on how you use Moonless Sky, as Itchy Final Dust will disappear, causing you to place another Itchy Final Dust down to upgrade it to the max. But that's what makes Itchy Final Dust balance. Itchy Final Dust stats at max level and max upgrade is 45,099.62 damage, with Itchy Final Dust's ability cooldown at 6.5 seconds, making his damage per second at 60,938.45. When you get Itchy Final Dust at upgrade 6, he will be able to hit both ground and air opponents, making him a hybrid unit. Thank you all so much for watching till the end of this top 10 most essential unit to have in update 9. Woohoo! Thank you. Make sure to drop a like and subscribe if you learned at least something from this video. I'm like holding my cough at the same time, but anyway, yeah, make sure to drop a like and subscribe because I really work hard into these videos and I just get countless of sleep, since I do want to get this video out for you guys as soon as possible, just so you know what units to go for. I love you guys. Take care of yourself. Go binge watch my videos. Thank you guys. You guys are the bomb.com. Yeah, all right. Thank you, everybody. Make sure to greedy dance everywhere. Yeah, look at this. Sheesh. Let's go. This actually looks pretty cool though. But who asked for this though? Like, actually? Hello, snowman.